everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Matajam and now I'm staying in Kluang Johor. So previously when I was in Bukit Matajam, I studied in our convent Bukit Matajam from primary school to secondary school. So managed to learn English, managed BM, and for Mandarin or for the Chinese language, I'm only able to speak but not able to write or read because I have never studied the Chinese language before. But after coming out to the society and teaching in several Chinese independent schools, high schools, I managed to, fortunately also, managed to learn another language because it's always beneficial to learn more than 2 languages. Right. For this lesson, which is lesson 25, we are going to learn future continuous tense. As you can see, future means happening, not now, but coming soon. Continuous means the action was happening, the action had not stopped. So we call it the future continuous tense. If you have this book, I'm actually uploading this book, my book too. So if you see the inside of this book, "40 lessons altogether in this book, 40 different lessons in grammar, and altogether 133 pages, Dwi Bahasa, in English and in Bahasa Melayu, the explanation. But the exercises are all in English. And now I'm uploading every question, every book, every question, every lesson, every chapter of this book in my YouTube channel. Previously, I uploaded this whole book, book 1, 38 lessons altogether. Every question, every lesson, every page is in my YouTube channel, so you can watch. Okay, now I'm at future continuous tense. Now you remember that I have mentioned to you before, in grammar we are always talking about 7 pronouns: I, you, we, they. Usually they are one family. He, she, it, another family. But for the future continuous tense or even the future tense, simple future tense, I, we, only 2. They belong to the same family. The rest, another family. That means you, they, he, she, it, another family. So for I and we, you can see that it is very special. We can use shall be, ing, or will be, ing. But for you, we, they, he, she, it, we only use will, ing. Or if you are talking about one person, one animal, one thing, one place, or more than one persons, more than one animal, more than one thing, more than one place, you use will be plus ing. So that means shall be especially for I and we. The others we use will be. Okay, to show that in the future, this action will definitely happen. It is surely going to happen. We are sure it is going to happen. Okay, so number 1, we are sure it is going to happen because we have planned for it. Number 2 is based on what is happening now, that we can predict the future. We can say that the future, it will definitely happen. Okay, so let us look at the questions here, exercise 1 and exercise 2. Now, as usual, the board is too small to push all the questions into it. So what I will do, as I have been doing as well, I will read. And if you have the book, you can look at the book. If you don't, it's okay, just listen. Turn to page 64, which I explained just now in 2 languages here, BM and BI. But here is 100% English, so I'm going to read here now. Okay, so exercise 1. Number one, she will be cooking food for the guests the whole evening. Sure happen. Why? Because the guests are already in your house. So we anticipate, we predict that the whole evening you're going to be very busy. You will be cooking for them to eat. They are already here. Alright? So this is a prediction based on what is happening now. I shall be mopping, or I will be mopping the floor tomorrow morning. This is something that I plan to do. So tomorrow when I wake up first thing, I have to do this. I definitely will do this. That is why I say I shall be mopping, or I will be mopping. They will be revising for their examination the whole of next week. This is sure to happen because we already know the examination, the date of the examination. So next week, we will be doing that. We plan to do it. So this is a plan for the future. But it will happen because the examination needs us to do it, to revise. We shall be sweeping, or we will be sweeping the floor at 6 o'clock this evening. Sure to happen. We have already planned. We will not do other things. We will do this thing. So we'll be sweeping. You will be baking bread at this time tomorrow. So number one, when I listen to this sentence, number one, I know that you have already bought all the ingredients. So tomorrow, you will not do anything but bake bread. Number two, it could be every time you bake bread at a certain time, say 6 p.m. So tomorrow 6 p.m. you will do it because you are doing it every day. So tomorrow 6 p.m. it will not be different. So we need to use will be or shall be plus ing. He will be visiting his uncle and aunt. Am I here? In a few months' time. So this is a planned thing. In a few months' time, he plans. So he is planning to visit. He will be visiting. Sure to happen. So maybe he has already asked for leave, or it is school holiday time. So definitely it's part of his plan. It will be sleeping at this time tomorrow. So it could be a rabbit, could be a cat, could be a kitten. But for this particular sentence, I would say that it will sure sleep at this time because probably every evening or every afternoon at this time it will sleep. So it means to say that tomorrow it will not be different. Tomorrow at this time you'll see the kitten under the chair sleeping away. Okay? They will be jogging in the park at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Confirm happening. Okay? He will be jogging. They will be jogging. So number one, they plan for it. It is a Sunday. They are not working. Number two, it could be maybe every Sunday they will not miss this activity, jogging. Therefore, I can safely say next Sunday is the same thing, or even every day. Okay, so based on what they do all the time, I can confidently say that next week at this time, this same activity will happen. Exercise 2. You can see that exercise 2 is different because exercise 1, I normally focus on the I, you, we, they, he, she, it, the pronouns. But for exercise 2, I usually will not touch on these pronouns. So the girls will be playing netball at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Sure to happen. Maybe they have already booked the court. They have already planned. They have already contacted each other because playing netball is not one person. So all 8 people already know about it. So confirmed to happen. Our grandparents will be visiting us in a few days' time. Oh, they have already called. For this sentence, I'm sure they would have called and informed. So in a few days' time, we will see them. So because of that, we say we'll be visiting. The villagers will be celebrating Harvest Festival the whole of next week. Sure to happen. Because festivals happen every time, every year, the same time, the same month. Maybe a difference of 1 month could be like Hari Raya Puasa or Chinese New Year. Like Chinese New Year, January or February. Hari Raya Puasa, the same thing, it's a difference, a very small difference. But then we know it 1 year before that, we know that this is the time. So we can safely say, we can confidently predict the future based on the time, on the calendar that it happens all the time. Every year is the same thing. Your cousin will be working at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Why? Because every morning she starts working at 9. So if you talk about tomorrow, she will be working at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. I can confidently and safely tell you the future. Because it's surely going to happen. The students will be having their examination at this time next year. Time is given, time frame. So next year at this time, meaning to say like SPM. If not for the COVID-19, SPM usually starts in November. So every year is the same thing. So I can safely and confidently tell you, next year, November, SPM. But because of the COVID-19, there were some changes. But I'm sure that we are slowly trying to move back to the old timetable. The kitten will be eating its food at 5 o'clock this evening. I'm sorry. The boys will be cycling to school at 7 a.m. next Monday. Sure to happen. That's why I tell you. Okay, maybe they have already told me. Or maybe every day or every Monday they cycle to school at 7 o'clock. So I can tell you next Monday the same thing will be happening. Confirmed to happen because this is the way they go to school. The kitten will be eating its food at 5 o'clock this evening. Confirmed. Why? When I read this or when I say this, I can confidently tell you, or I can actually tell you that this is its feeding time. So every day 5 o'clock feeding time 5 p.m. So tomorrow or next Monday it will be the same thing. So I can safely tell you, I can confidently tell you, it is 100% going to happen. That is why I say will be eating. Your nephew will be washing his shoes tomorrow evening. Confirm. That means probably your nephew has already told you, or your nephew has already, put his shoes in, soak his shoes in the soap water, and tomorrow evening he has to wash. He has already put all his activities aside. So probably you might be thinking, probably you think, is future continuous tense important? I say yes. Why? Because in life, whether we are working or we are not working, or we are students, surely we have plans, don't we? Surely we think of the future, things that we are 100% going to do in the future, right? Because we have to plan. In life, we have to plan. Even a student has to plan. So workers or office people, they have to plan as well. The manager has to plan. So there's no such thing as we just go on in life without any plans. We must have plan. That is why we must use future continuous tense to tell other people that at this time in the future, this is going to happen because it's part of the plan. So like I tell you, next Wednesday, 3 p.m. we have a meeting. If I tell you that we will be having a meeting at 3 p.m. next Wednesday, you cannot escape. You have to join because I have already planned. I have already put everything aside. And I have already written out what I want to say during the meeting. If I don't use present, and if I don't use future continuous tense, you will never know the seriousness. You might not even come. For students, it's the same thing. You need to plan. You need to plan for your future, for your further studies or for work. So do you need future continuous tense? I say yes. Because we need to plan for our future. And we need to inform people that this thing is going to happen. So you have to be ready when you listen to what I tell you about the future. That is why simple future tense is very important. It is part of our life. And we need it in our everyday life. Whether in speaking, whether in writing, we need it. So that our work can carry on. We can carry on our work or our school life smoothly. Because we have plans for the future. And we want people to know that it is 100% going to happen. Otherwise, a company will just be at a standstill. Or people will not know what is going to happen. That is why simple future continuous tense is that important. Because it tells people what is going to happen in the future. What will 100% happen in the future. Okay? So remember to give me a like, share and subscribe. My lesson is already I finished my lesson. Now, as usual, I want to tell you about my books. If you wish to buy book 1, book 2, or both, you can WhatsApp to me 019-7878-299. If you want to learn how to speak English, you may already know how to speak, but maybe it will help you further. You can go to my TikTok or Instagram. I teach speaking there, because I don't want to mix together with my YouTube. Otherwise, my YouTube will be very messy. You have this, have that, have this, that. When people want to look for my lessons, they are unable to find, because suddenly is speaking, suddenly is something else. So I separate them. If you want to learn speaking, go to my TikTok or my Instagram. The account number is here. And very, very soon, I will have my English centers in Cyberjaya and Subang Jaya. If you are around this area, or if you can come, or if you will come in the future, you plan to come in the future, I should say like this, you can WhatsApp me now, and make friends with me first, so that you will be the first person to know when the English center is ready. Now, my English center offers a wide range of courses for all ages, for kindergarten children, for primary, secondary school students, for secondary school leavers, for university students and graduates, for office workers or people working in the private sector, for government servants, for housewives, and for people who are generally interested in learning English. I offer. So you can come and see me, or you personally have problems you need me to assist you. Whether it's in your studies or in your work or in your everyday life, you can come and see me. I can assist you. And I offer English for use in Malaysia. And I also offer English for use outside Malaysia, that means overseas. Like people who are planning to take exams or tests like IELTS, TOEFL, A-level, O-level, or what we call IGCSE. So you can come and see me as well. Okay, I will assist you. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you again, lesson 26, present perfect tense. Goodbye and have a good day.